Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my NHL 20 franchise mode here in the state of hockey. In the previous episode, we went toe-to-toe with the Arizona Coyotes for the first time, I think, in this entire franchise mode series. It was a back and forth series. We go down 2-0. And I'm like, oh, geez, Louise, what do we do? DeAndre Moore, coming off of his rookie season, he didn't even have the worst numbers. He had the most wins in the NHL. And he drops the ball. Game one, could have gone either way. 3-2, I'll give him a break there. But an 8-5 loss where our offense did come out strong that game, he just blew it. We had multiple chances to close things down, and we didn't. So I decided to go with the backup goaltender that we signed in free agency last year, an old veteran in Spencer Knight. Now, IRL, he's like, 20? He hasn't even started one NHL game yet, but here in this franchise mode, he has been around the block. We go down 2-0, we head to Arizona, and we win 2 straight, tying up the series, heading back to Minnesota, a 6-3 win. Now, if you're just new to this franchise mode, hello, we just hit 500 subscribers, so thank you guys so much. I'm going to say that for a while now because 500, guys, that's incredible. You guys rock. Make dreams come true. 6-3 victory. If you guys are new, this is the first video you're ever watching, I suggest going back a few seasons now. This whole narrative of us blowing series go back to the first ever playoff series we ever had. And we've blown series plenty of times. We've also come back in series, like this one, for example. What I want to say the last 2 years, we go back to the Stanley Cup Finals against the Boston Bruins. We go up 3-0. Our starting goaltender, who had a phenomenal postseason that year, goes down with an injury, is out for the rest of the postseason. We put our backup in, he's trash, we blow 4 straight, and Boston captures the Stanley Cup. And we're like, damn, stuff changed, we moved assets, we head into the next season, round number 1 against St. Louis, who we've fought before, we've beat before, we've lost to before. We go up 3-1, and we're like, okay, we can close this out, we lose in 7. Now, that's where the problem lies. Is this the new Minnesota Wild? Blowing series leads. Are things going to have to change? And I know they're going to change soon. We need to win now. Guys are getting older. Pietrangelo is getting older. Anthony Francis is getting older. Quinn Hughes is about to retire. Brandt Clarke is getting older. Everybody's getting older. We have a bunch of young guys, but our window is growing smaller and smaller every year. We blow Game 6 away from home ice 2-1, and Spencer Knight with a phenomenal game. He was the turning point of this series. He helped us out. Game 7, we go down just like the first 2 games, 2-0 in the first period, and it's not until the second period until a depth player in Zimmerman cuts the lead in half. I call on Newman, and the moment I say his name, he scores the tying goal. We end up winning Game 7. Now that is the first round. If you're intrigued, go back and watch it. Go right ahead. I did go in depth in the stats last episode. Anthony Francis and Brandt Clarke are tied with the team lead in points. Yes, Brandt Clarke, the defenseman, with 10. So we're just going to start this episode talking about the postseason so far. But before we talk about Colorado, let's talk about the playoff bracket. Let's see how the first round went in the East and West. So, we obviously beat Arizona. Colorado has been waiting for us for over a week now, sweeping the Nashville Predators. Anaheim moved past Vegas in 7. The reigning Stanley Cup champions, LA lost, or no? Arizona won last year, if I'm not mistaken. I can't really remember. But Carolina beats LA 6 in 6 games. In the Eastern Conference, Columbus sweeps the Rangers. The Devils beat the Islanders in 5. Buffalo beats Toronto in 6. And the Boston Bruins beat Pittsburgh in 5. Now, personally, if we make it to the finals, I hope Boston is there waiting for us. Now, if you're not sure who the Colorado Avalanche are, just go back and watch every playoff series we've ever played against them. We go back to our first ever postseason experience with the Minnesota Wild. Or the first time they ever played in the postseason. They beat Colorado. They beat Patrick Waugh's Colorado Avalanche. They retired Patrick Waugh. We have gone to war with them. 45, 32, and 5 in the regular season. A great last 10 games, 7, 3, and 0. Not the best regular season, but I know they are a dangerous team. We have history. I know they want some revenge, but I'm not sure what they're looking like here in 2036. Oh, yeah, they're still damn good. That top 6 is scary. They have 4, make that 490 overall players in their top 6. And obviously, let's start with Gustav Slychuk. Gustav Slychuk, we have gone to war with him in particular. We played him a bunch when he was in Chicago. He was the factor there in Chicago, helped them win lots of games in his career. Now he's here in Colorado. They are a team and a half. They lost Nathan MacKinnon, Mikko Rantanen, Landeskog. They still seem to be a good offensive threat. 104 points this regular season. Plenty of 60-goal seasons. 716 to be exact. Over 1,000 games. He is a monster, and if there's one player to be scared of, it's him. Their centerman, they got an aging 33-year-old Lou McCullum, former 3rd overall pick by the Islanders, ends up here in Anaheim. What? Colorado? I was looking at their logo and it said an A, and I'm like, Anaheim! 96 points this regular season. That first line is on fire, and their right winger, who's technically a left winger, 22 years of age, is a former 1st overall pick in Franklin Leach. Yeah, that is a scary, scary player to have right there. I've met him before. He is a dominant player. That first line is scary. They can go toe-to-toe with ours. Their second line, Lucas Raymond. If you don't know about Lucas Raymond, go all the way back to our first ever draft. Drafted him 6 overall in the first round. Was with us for a bit. Never really turned out to be anything. We transitioned to a center. Didn't really turn out to be anything. Traded him to Detroit for, I believe, 2 firsts or something around that. Ends up in Colorado, having himself a decent career here in Colorado. 4 years to be exact. He's capable of putting up 70 points. It's their second line center. You have Alex Newhook, 35 years of age, one of the oldies on this team. They definitely have some older players on the squad, but he's a force to be reckoned with. They got Tyson Hamonic. And after Hamonic, there's nothing really special. I'm assuming they have an injury or 2, but this top 6, after that, it's nothing super special. Tyson Hamonic, not a bad player, low elite, can definitely amount to be something. Their third line, you got Nasir Keeling, Bonino, you got Britt Cruz, you got Ackerstrom, Hadfield, and Potter. So that bottom 6 isn't anything special, but they have some players to win a series. Defense. And, oh man, their defense is looking weak. They got Pierre Parise, Tyler Beckett, Axel Anderson, Broberg, Del Rio, and then you got Walton. Now, before I check goaltending, they have any scratch players? Okay, they have Joe Lennon, who I completely forgot he was on this squad. Yeah, took a weird turn this year with only 69 points, so he had an iffy season, but nice. Oh, that just makes their top 6 that much better. They have 2 nobodies right here in the scratch players. How about goaltending? Their starting goaltender is Morgan Mitchell, 25 years of age. He's a prospect of theirs, and a backup in Mitchell Gamashi. Their offense is solid. Their top 6 is definitely their anchor. Their defense, they have their one guy in Pierre Parise, but Nashville must have not been anything special because this is one of the weaker Colorado Avalanche teams. We have beaten them, I think, every time we've gone toe-to-toe with them, just like Chicago. Is history on our side? Will we go to the Western Conference Finals? Let's find out here. Game number 1, home ice, and oh, damn. Oh, damn it. First period, yeah. DeAndre Moore is starting. Again, I'm starting off the series. It's my fault. I meant to put in Spencer Knight. Hamonic scores. Obviously, their worst player in the top 6. 1-0, Minnesota, or Colorado, second period. 2-0, getting no offensive support. DeAndre Moore isn't even having that bad of a game. Third period, Minnesota. Come on, Minnesota. Minnesota, where is the offense? Do not get shut out here on home ice. Minnesota! Nah, they don't even have that strong of a goaltender. Their defense is one of the worst I've seen in a while. Power play. Really? This is how you're going to start things off, Minnesota. Walton with an empty netter. Oh my god. No, that isn't even DeAndre Moore's fault. A terrible performance there from Minnesota. Again, starting off a series on the wrong foot. Okay, let's look at this team. What's going on? What is going on? Seriously, what's going on? I can't explain it because they're doing nothing. Like, are you kidding me? DeAndre Moore had a strong game there, and now I'm debating maybe we put I'm not sure which goalie to put in. I'm gonna go with Spencer Knight for game 2. Did we sim to the game? Hold on, let me make sure. Yeah, Spencer Knight's going in for game 2. Can the offense start up, please? Jesus, guys. First period. 2-1. Breathscrews scores early on Knight, but then we get 2 straight. Don Kreider moves up to the third line, and Cale Newman scores late. 20 shots in the first period. Mitchell is standing on his head. Second period. Okay, we get some goal support. Kreider with his second. Bonino gets the second goal for Colorado. Newman with his second, and Francis with a power play marker late. 38 shots through 40 minutes. Almost a shot per minute. Third period, this should be an easy victory. Gustav Slychuk scores. Nah, don't be doing this, Spencer Knight. Come on, there you go. Killing that one off. Good 2-goal lead in game 2. Power play, can't capitalize there. Oh, and it's a 1-goal game. Spencer Knight, lock it down, man. You were so good in round number 1. Come on, Spencer. 2 minutes remaining. 1 minute. Come on. And we capitalize in game number 2 and tie up this series. Cale Newman, 3 points on the evening. 2 hat-trick watches there in the third period, but none of them show up, but we walk away with a victory either which way. Okay. Okay. Anthony Francis with 12 points through 9 games. He's been great. Do we go with Spencer Knight in game number 3? He's won almost every game he's been in. DeAndre Moore wasn't even bad in game number 1, but let's go with the guy who's winning games, I guess, until he had a terrible game too, but we won. Come on, offense. Let's go. We win games by our sure offensive dominance. Game 3. There we go. Bissonnette power play marker, and Cale Newman with a power play goal for himself. 18 shots to 8 in our favor. Great first period. Let's see how the second goes. 3-0. Skewin on the board early there. Shots are 30-20 in our favor. Third period underway. A 3-goal lead. Power play early for Colorado. We kill that off. That is a biggie. Power play. Can't capitalize there, but I'm okay with a 3-0 lead either which way. Power play for Colorado. Big performance here. And Potter scores. 2-goal lead with 5 minutes left. We should be able to hold on to this. Come on, Minnesota. And we hold on. Taking the series lead in Colorado. First star goes to Spencer Knight. Great game for himself. Big performance by the goaltending. Their offense wasn't really there. I mean, they did score 3 goals through the first 2 periods. Goaltending really settled it down for us there. So Spencer Knight's getting the game again. He's been great in almost every performance, or every game. He's had a great performance. Spencer Knight, you're getting the call. You've been our guy so far. The offense needs to give you a little bit more support, but let's see if we can take both at the Pepsi Center. Okay, I thought my game froze. That would have sucked. Come on, EA, don't do this to me. First period. Let's see how it goes. 1-0. Anthony Francis again with a power play goal. That's huge. Shots are 14-9 in Minnesota's favor. Okay. Strong period, but a 1-goal lead is nothing in the postseason because we suck at holding leads. Period number 2. And what did I just say? Spencer Knight, after almost a shutout, lets up 3 straight in the second period. Gustav, Slychuk, McCullum, and Potter, their big guys show up big. Yikes, his worst period so far. Harrison Hadar makes it a game with a last-minute goal, or last 2-minute goal. Shots in our favor, 25-16. A weak game from Spencer Knight. It's only a 1-goal game. This is the difference. They either tie this series up, or we take a stranglehold. And it's looking in Colorado's favor here. They've gotten the goal support. Let's see if we can tie this one up early. Power play! Del Rio, one of their depth players, takes the 2-goal lead for Colorado. It happens every time off of a power play, Minnesota. Come on. Power play. 5-on-3. Get it done, Minnesota. Oh, the power play has been... Oh, man, really? Gustav... Yeah, it's their game. It's their game. What can you expect? Jeez Louise. DeAndre Moore gets in the net. Lets in 2 straight in the third period. Should have kept Spencer Knight. Mitchell with his best game of the series. Or, I mean, he had a shutout, I guess, but an important game there for Colorado. They tie the series, and now it is a best of 3. And I don't like this very much. Now, I have to trust this lineup. I do. Things might change in the offseason, but I have to trust what it is. I 100% have to. I do. This is, hey, Quinn Hughes, you're the captain. You go out there in the locker room and you start yelling at them, even though you probably, I mean, you've had to do that a few times, I'm sure, as a Minnesota Wild. You're the captain. You've won a cup have you won a cup as the captain, Quinn Hughes? I want to say he has. Might have. Has he? Playoff stats. I think he did. I'm not too sure. He probably has. Go out there, yell at them, do whatever you need to do. It's a best of 3, just like round number 1. I want this to be done in 6. I don't want Colorado to beat us in 6. Come on, Minnesota. You've gotten the edge over Colorado every single time. As I've been general manager, I'm almost 100% positive about that. I believe you've reverse swept them before too. This is by far Colorado's weakest team that we've faced in a very long time. Probably since the starting of this franchise mode. Even though they had a phenomenal team back then too. Mitchell's been great for them. They are definitely relying heavily on goaltending. Their big guys haven't even come out in bunches so far. You need to be good all around. Everybody needs to step up. And before, I forgot I need to put... Do we put Spencer Knight in the lineup? 2 not-so-good games from him so far. DeAndre Moore. We're going with Spencer Knight. I'm feeling Spencer Knight. He's been great. He's had a few iffy performances, but we've won games. He's winning games. He has the ability to hold the lead for us. Game 5. First period. 0-0 after 20 minutes of play. Shots are 9-8 in Colorado's favor. Basically, an even game all around. Okay. Come on, Minnesota. Do not let that happen like game number 1. The offense is your best attribute. You have 99s all around. Second period. 1-0. That is all you can amount, Minnesota. But Bissonnette is a playoff beauty, so I'm okay with that. 1-0 Minnesota. Shots are 18-18. This is basically an even game, but we got a squeaker past Mitchell from the blue line. Third period, Minnesota. Come on, boys. Here we go. Power play early, and we can't capitalize. There's been so many moments like that this series. Come on, Minnesota. Come on, Minnesota. 10 minutes. Come on, power play for Colorado. Oh my god, a long one. A long one. My god, that was like half the period, guys. 3 minutes. Gustav Slychuk ties it late. Oh, Pietrangelo shows up finally, and Minnesota takes the lead in the series. We blow the lead late. Pietrangelo says, oh, sorry, was that my cue? Yes. A phenomenal performance from Spencer Knight. Even though he let in that late goal, there was only so much he could do. But Pietrangelo with his biggest goal this postseason so far. A big marker there. And just like round number 1, we are up 3-2 in the series. 2 chances to end this. I don't want it to go to 7. Spencer Knight, you're getting the call again. You're 35. You've been here before. Let's see if you can do it again. Game 6. Underway. First period. 1-1. Bonino scores. Kreider scores very late. Shots are pretty similar. 1-1 in game 6. Our offense has been pretty stagnant the last few games. Goaltending has really been our best attributes. It's been our biggest weakness or our greatest asset. Just like years past, our offense can win us games, but they always go dry. Second period. 3-1 Colorado. Britt Cruz and Gustav Slychuk take the 3-1 lead. Gustav Slychuk has been important for them so far. Shots are pretty similar, but they have a 2-goal lead heading into the third period. Now, Quinn Hughes, you get in that goddamn locker room. Get in that locker room and say something. Are you kidding me? This might be one of the last times he ever steps out onto the ice as a Minnesota Wild. As a hockey player. In the National Hockey League, he might decide to play beer league hockey when he's 40 or something. But for right now, he is an NHL player. Minnesota, each and every one of you are NHL players, even if you're 79 overall. Welcome to the dance. Where's the magic, Minnesota? Third period. Come on, can we get an early goal, make it a game? And here comes the offense. And again, Grossman scores a little too late there. 4-2 Colorado. And Newhook. 3-goal lead, and it looks like we'll have a Game 7 power play. It doesn't even matter. This one is over. No need to wave the white flag. Colorado wins Game 6, and we will yet again have a Game 7. Yet again, Britt Cruz has been dope for them. My God. Who is he? Gogolev, best lines. He's getting in the lineup. He got injured the last time he came in. Dude, you need to, you're a power forward. You should not be getting hurt like that. Why is he not? Zimmerman was a hero. We'll get Lamb out there. Kreider, get in the lineup. I have to trust the best lines. I have to trust it. It's won us games, and it needs to keep doing that. You know what, Quinn? Goddamn Hughes, you're getting into the... What? You want to get into the, you're getting into the top 4. You get a chance as the last time, potentially. Spencer Knight, I have to go with you again. You won Game 7 last time. I need to trust my gut. Yet again, another Game 7 on home ice. They have forced the President's Trophy winners to a Game 7 winner-take-all. Winner goes to the Western Conference Finals. Carolina, why don't I can't read properly. Calgary, it's Calgary and Anaheim are at 7 games as well. Boston and Buffalo are at 7 games, Game 7. All I care about is this game. Don't even look to tomorrow. There might not even be a tomorrow for a lot of these guys. This team is changing either way, with or without them. If we lose this game, even if we win the cup, this team is bound to change. But for right now, worry about this game. 60 minutes. Come on, Minnesota. Game 7. Here we go. First period underway. Potter scores early for Colorado. Spencer Knight. And yet again, another game. Goddamn 7. Come on, Spencer Knight. Francis, big goal. 3-2 minutes. Goddamn, why is more in the net? No, not more. Oh, no. Oh, Bissonnette. Another goal for Bissonnette. Ling! What a first period for Colorado and Minnesota. Oh my God. Well, one of the greatest periods of hockey I've ever witnessed. What was that? They go up 3-0. We score 2 straight. They go up 4-1. Bissonnette with his second. Ling, with under a minute remaining, ties this game. We are 20 minutes through. We're both on pace for 12 goals on the evening. Second period, I guess. Play defense. Come on, Harrison Hadar on the power play. Power play continues. Come on. Okay, 5 for Minnesota. Scoring has definitely slowed down here in the second period. New hook ties the game. Francis, 6-5. Minnesota, Game 7. Come on, boys. Can we get a 2-goal lead? 2 minutes remaining, 1 minute remaining. Third period. Shots are 31-16. DeAndre Moore is crap. He's terrible. Oh my God. Our goaltenders have been so bad this game. Each and every one of them. You should be shaking your head. Okay. We're out shooting them. It's 6-5 Minnesota. Quinn Hughes, you get in that locker room. Boys, I might not be playing tomorrow. That's probably not his accent. He might not be playing ever again. This could be it. This is probably it for him. This postseason is probably the last hockey he'll ever play. But he wants to get cup number 7, and he does not want to get beat by one of his longtime rivals. Boys, do it for Quinn. Do it for every one of your peers. Let's beat this damn team. Third period underway. 6-5. 7-5. Did you call him? Cale Newman on the board. 2-goal lead in the third period of play. New hook. Yet again, is that a hat trick for him? Probably. 6, 7, 7, 6, whatever you want to say. 8 minutes remaining. 6 minutes, 5 minutes. Come on, Minnesota, hold off. 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute. Come on. 8-6, the empty netter for Harry Parrish, and the Minnesota Wild have vanquished the Colorado Avalanche in 7 games. Newhook gets the first star, but a victory is a victory. So much more important than 4 points. And the Minnesota Wild win yet another close Game 7. That first period defined this team. Going down 3-0, being down 4-1, tying it up in the first period, going down, going up, close 1-goal game, taking the 2-goal lead, 8-6 victory in Game 7. Now, let's check out the stats, see how we performed. I know there's a lot of guys who are just not playing great hockey so far. There's a few guys who have stepped up. Anthony Francis with 3 game winners, 17 points in 14 games. He could be doing better, not gonna lie. But for right now, After a 110-point season, he's doing his duty, playing some damn good hockey. I need him to be at his best. Toby Kahn, quietly, 14 points, or 14 games, 14 assists, 15 points. A phenomenal playmaking. He's got 99 stats in every puck category, or in every puck skills category attributes, except for deking. This guy is a legit player. I still need to offer this guy a contract. I'm not sure when I'm going to do it, but Kellen Lumen with 14 points, 8 goals. Like every time we mentioned somebody to step up, he's the guy to do it. 2 game winners. Dude is a playoff beast. I mean, you go back a few years when he was just lighting up 35 points in 25 games and we dropped that series still. He's got 20 game winners in the postseason in 233 games. He's the real deal. Harrison Hadar, 12 points, just like Toby Kahn, quietly doing it. Alexei Petrangelov has been so quiet. 33. He's going to be 34 very soon. Very, very soon, this team is going to be taking a turn for the worse because Anthony Francis will be 33 next season. Petrangelov will be 34. This team is getting older. Our stars are getting older. Maybe we start to consider rebuilding this season, next season. Just tank for a little bit. I'm not sure, but Petrangelov, 5 goals is still impressive. -3, though. 21 penalty minutes. That's iffy. I know he's a big boy, but we know what he can do. I need him to be on his best. Don Kreider, 6 goals, 8 points. This kid is really taking a turn for the best in his career. Starting 2 years, not the greatest 2 seasons. Rookie, sophomore. His 3rd year, almost half point per game. Coming into the postseason, wasn't great the last 2 years. 8 points has doubled his best postseason. He's been great so far. I like to see that. Nathaniel Ling has scored some really important goals throughout this postseason. Like, strangely, like 7 points is in 14 games is better than what I thought he'd do. Albert Schauser, 5 points. Skuin with 3, -7 though. So that third line's taken a little bit of a boot. Zimmerman -6. Gogolev 3 points in 4 games. So since coming back, he's put up 3 and 4. That's important. Biron 3, -7. Lamb 2 points, -2. So defensively, we have been weak. A lot of forwards are just not performing. But we're in the Western Conference Finals, aren't we? Defensemen, Bissonnette and Brandt Clark are tied for the most points. So Brandt Clark only had 1 point that round, but Bissonnette really took the lead there. So the majority of our defensemen are minuses. We're getting our butts handed to us on a silver platter. Yeah, but Quinn Hughes steps up again as one of the only plus defensemen. Enland, +4. Okay. Goaltending will always be a controversy on this team. Spencer Knight with a rough Game 7. DeAndre Moore with a rough Game 7. But we pull out a victory. It's exactly what we did. And we're in the Western Conference Finals. But the real question is, who will we be facing? It looks like we'll be facing the Anaheim Ducks. Oh, that'll be a series and a half. Thank you guys so much for 500 subscribers. The road to 600 looks closer and closer every day. That's a goal for the end of the year. You guys have absolutely crushed every expectation I've ever had. I remember starting this channel, 20 subscribers here, there, 100, 200 this quickly, 400, 500. We're at the 500 mark. I love putting out content. If you have any suggestions, go ahead, leave a comment. I listen to each and I read every one of them. Thank you guys for your support. I appreciate the positivity so much, more than you guys will ever know. If you've enjoyed this one, please leave a like, leave a comment, share with people who you think may enjoy this sort of thing. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.